Hi, my name is Greg Jasmine. This is for SDI FTT 122, Assignment 2. Parts of the case and other platforms. First thing we start off, we have no live ammunition. This is the provided SDI 7mm Remington Magnum cartridge that has been demilled. There is no powder, no primer. In case again, this is for extraction, so there is no live ammunition present. Alrighty. Parts of a case. Now, this one does have a projectile in it, but that doesn't really matter. At the very top here, we have the mouth where the projectile sets, and then we have the neck. Usually you have your crimping line here. You have the shoulder where we're intenting for the chamber. We have the primary body. We have the extractor ring and the rim for rimfire cartridges. You have your primer pocket. Now on the inside of it is the web and the flash hole, which is how basically the primer, once it initiates, gets into the powder charge. You do have the head and the head stamp. Again, that's how we know this is 7mm. Well, that's it for that one. As far as getting to the weakness of current projectiles, and pardon me here, so I'm looking at my notes because I did do some short-sighted here. Biggest weakness on current cases and cartridges is on materials rather than design. As far as for cases go, that's pretty much as far as until we go to something like caseless or futuristic on that end. That's actually which we've tried with the rocket pistols and stuff. It's just not really there yet. The technology's there. So our limitations were on the materials of what we currently use. Particularly brass is both good and not a good substitute for high pressure cartridges. And where we see this is again on the 6.5/227 SIG Fury. And that is something that just this is one of the new hot stuff. The problem is it's so new it hasn't really hit the civilian market very much. There's very little use out of it, and the M5 platform that has made its way to the civilian market. But what they've had to do in order to make it stand more pressure is they basically made a hybrid, a 3-part case. Now this is from multiple sources. Unfortunately, Wiki, which was the base of it, thankfully I follow some of the sources to Sammy. And then also the Forgotten Weapons video by Ian McCollum that I actually mentioned in my discussion post this week. But basically they have a stainless steel base. So the head stamp and the original foundation, the lower part of the body, is stainless steel. They went with a traditional brass body with an aluminum washer as basically in your integration for that point. And that allows for significantly higher pressures than what you typically see out of a all brass case. And that's how that round's able to do, per Sammy, 80,000 PSI. And then that's coming from Sammy's source, which was founded in the 1920s, and is still very used today for the standard of cases. And to answer part 3, what would happen if a standard cartridge ignited outside the chamber? Well, I've actually experienced this one. Technically, I still am, but in my past life, I was an active volunteer firefighter rather than reserve like I am now. And we responded to a multiple structure fire that included a reloading shed where several projectiles were loose, and they cooked off. And what we found out, and rather hilarity to the rookies, was that the brass flies off because it weighs significantly less than the actual projectile. So generally speaking, yes, it can cause harm, it can cause injury under the absolute perfect Looney Tune possible conditions. Could it possibly cause death? Yes, but it is very unlikely. It's going to cause usually just injury because again, the bullet does very little if no travel depending on the round and the powder charge. The brass, it flies off. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you.